All right, everybody, welcome back to Bone Apple Tea, brought to you by our sponsors, the like button. You guessed it, check it out right below the video. Maybe click on it if you're so inclined. It is a great sponsor. And also youtube.com/CaptainSparkles2, linked in the description for many, many, many hours of quality content, live stream, VOD, gameplay. Wow. Take a look if you want many hours of entertainment. Hopefully you find it entertaining. Let's start off with number 19, maturity pictures. I get to do my brother and his girlfriend's maturity pictures today. So excited. See, I wouldn't even know what this meant if it weren't for the emojis there. I assume they mean maternity photos, probably. But maturity, it kind of works. It's like the baby is getting more mature inside of the belly, and eventually it's going to be born when it's at that maturity date. So it actually kind of makes sense, even though you did typo it. It works. I get it. Get off ya pedal, Stool. Get off ya pedal, Stool. If you honestly read that far into this, it's time to sign off. The internet isn't for you. It sounds like what they're saying is if you read get off your pedal, Stool, and if you got that far into the message, it's time for you to get off the internet. You've invested too much time in reading this particular message and you should go do something else with your day. Which I guess I should do now. I should do something else with my day because I read the entire message. Stool sounds like an insult that you would call someone, like, wow, what a stool. Instead of a tool, you're a stool. Get off your pedal, you stool. You absolute stool of a human. I'll sit on you. You're worthless, okay? People sit on you all day long, you worthless human stool. I don't know why a stool would be on a pedal, but you know, it's like it's using a pedal or a stool to push your gas pedal on your car. I don't know. Why? 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 Look who it is. Do you mean my? My, look who it is. Imagine the detective. They finally figured out who committed the crime. They walk in. Why? I never expected it to be you. Why? Doesn't that look great? I'm gonna start saying that from now on. I'm gonna integrate it, just like I say but I digest sometimes, which is always a reference back to here. I'm gonna say, why? What do we have here? Medieval ages. The classic medieval, which is totally forgivable. There's a medieval every few months. Oh my God, we have, as a society, gone back to medieval ages. I just can't believe people have gotten so inhuman. Horrible. Inhumane or inhuman. I guess it could go either way. Once again, it should be spelled this way. All right? It would suck to be alive in those times. Probably pretty evil. Think of the lack of plumbing and the smells. No thank you. Very evil. I stand by this being the better way to spell it. Barging of error. We are moob. I'm sorry. Moob. Oh no. I'm just. Is this someone who's trying to say that the crown is not a big deal, and they start off the message with "We are a moob"? We are a moob by now. The 0.9% of the positive test is the usual positive barging. The error and negative test, do the research. I always love messages that end in do the research, look it up, read an article. It's like, well, if you have such a good understanding, why don't you elaborate on it? I'd love to hear your perspective. The argument shouldn't be read an article. It should be tell me, inform me. Wake up, sheeple. Give me the information. Are we a moob? Caucasian. I feel bad every time he hits his head. I hope he doesn't get a Caucasian. me when I don't realize how babies are made, and I ask my mom when I'm younger, and she's like, oh, it just happens when you hit your head. Sometimes you get a Caucasian. And I'm like, oh, that's okay. Thanks, Mom. That sounds logical. Totally. I believe you. I'm 4 years old. Yep. The real way sounds what? What's the that couldn't make sense. Nope. Touche. XX babes. It's a touche. I get it. Sometimes you think that you're just writing something to a person named Shay. And what if the person on the receiving end of the message who wrote "Babes, it's Touche" is actually named Shay, and then the person on the left is actually just saying "This is Touche." That's it. That's all. All right, you didn't have to shut this person down. That's not very nice. Symphony Vote sounds orchestrated. Does he really have it, or is he looking for the Symphony Vote? Symphony Vote. What are they trying to say? I'm just confused. Is this bone apple tea or is this just nonsensical? Symphony Vote. I like the caption, but I don't know what are they trying to say? The symphony. Sympathy. Oh God, it's so far away that I had no idea. The Symphony Vote. I thought maybe this was something to do with, I don't know, they're trying to figure out who is going to lead the orchestra. And so the symphony has to vote and figure out who it's going to be. I had no idea what else this could Sympathy, symphony and sympathy. I guess they sound similar. All right, dude. I don't know. I hope the orchestra is able to figure out who's going to lead them as they hopefully maybe next year are able to resume performances once the crown is worked out. Baobabs. What? Baobabs. What did you mean? What? Oh, they're called a baobab. They're called a baobab tree. Apparently, I had no idea. How did 12,000 people know what this tree is called? That's a really cool tree, but I had no idea it was called a baobab. I thought that the typo was I thought this was the bay of, and then the typo was the bobs. I had no idea. I got by this. Maybe this is just an actual location. This is the Bay of Bobs. The trees are called Bobs, and this is the bay that has them. They encircle the bay. It's the Bay of Bobs. I don't know. Her mating name? Blank is my mother's mating name. Her mating name. You know, the funny part about this, though, is it's not technically wrong. Because you have the name, and then you mate. And then if you elect to adopt the name of your partner, then it's not your name anymore, but it was your name when you mated, so it's your mating name. Okay? I propose that we adopt this terminology rather than maiden. Cool, let's do it. Touche. You know what? You got it again, and it looks like a mungus. Can I just say, I can't imagine playing a game of Among Us purely through the text chat. How do you do it in a public lobby where you don't have VC with the other people? Like, how in the world does that 10 people on the internet who are complete strangers cooperating via text chat? Really? Is it? I almost feel like I should just go and try it just to see how much of a mess it is. Only an imposter would pull that move. Touche, dumb. What if their name was not dumb and it was Touche? What if the name was Shay and they were writing a message to Shay here, okay? Glob ladders. What did your mom have surgery for? Glob ladders. God dang, I hate it when I get clogged up with those glob ladders inside of my bladder. Gallbladder. Glob ladders. That's a great word, though. I love the idea of glob ladders. I want to just say that all the time. I want that to be a medical diagnosis. I want to go into the doctor's office and hear them diagnose me with glob ladders. I'm sure it's not pleasant, but I just want to hear a doctor say it. The sky. Transformers. Robots in the sky. Once again, technically the truth. At least for the ones that fly, because some of them transform into like an airplane. That's why they were probably like, yeah, it makes sense. I don't know why they would make the catchphrase something that only applies to like a subset of the Transformers. Optimus Prime, he doesn't really fly, he's a truck. So it's interesting that they, but it's, you know what, it's fine. Some of them fly, so robots in the sky. Heck yeah, that works. Pedestrian. What's your major? Communications. Yours. I'm doing biology. I want to be a pedestrian. Well, congratulations, you already are one. Just go take a walk on the sidewalk. Mission accomplished. A what? Like, I want to be a doctor for kids, pediatrician. Well, perhaps this communications major could help this person with their ability to communicate what they want to do for a living, so that they don't walk into med school when med school is like, hey, what specialization do you want? I don't know if that's how med school works, but whatever. And they're like, I want to be a pedestrian. And med school's like, sure you do. Okay. Try again next year. A soldier rub. Am I high, or is the sun giving this guy a soldier rub? I mean, I feel like they knew what they were saying here. I don't think anyone's gone through their entire life thinking that this is called a soldier. Pretty sure they know it's a shoulder, but you know, he looks like he's wearing a uniform, so he might be a soldier himself. Captain, like a captain of sparkles. The sun's sparkling, so that could be me. I could be the captain sparkling because of the sun behind me. This is me when I'm older, getting a shoulder rub. It's a typo. Or just, hey, look, he's a soldier. And that was like, the person was just thinking about being a soldier and was just auto-typed it, you know? You know how sometimes if you're having a conversation with someone while you're typing something, you'll end up just writing a random word and you're like, that's not what I meant to write, but it had to do with a conversation. Probably what happened here. Portal potties. Inside, washrooms closed for tonight. Please use portal potties. They have portals. They take you in to the bathroom on the inside. What happens is you pee and the opening is a portal and your pee goes into the actual bathroom and then it disposes it via the sewage system. It's a very cool new technology in outhouse porta potties. They're portals now. It'd be a brand. Someone should brand their porta potties portal potties. That'd be good. Don't sell my Nana, please. Didn't cook the chicken properly before we ate it. Oh no, that sounds bad. Dumb, that's literally how you get sell my Nana. Literally, is it now? Okay. Wow. I didn't know that if I ate undercooked chicken, I had to sell my grandma. I've only got one left. So I'd prefer that she stick around, personally. I don't want to sell her, but I guess that's the contract. And the top for the last month of Bone Apple Tea. Egg corn. This tree is dropping free grapes. They're kind of crunchy, though. This is a joke. Please tell me this is it's a joke. They're making a joke. And then the response is, that's a forking egg corn. I had an aneurysm reading this conversation. Oh my God, help me. Imagine trying to make that joke and that's the response you get. The response is, I was trying to make a joke, but yours is even better. And then they don't even realize. Please tell me there's no way you went through life thinking that's what it is, and then anytime you ever came across the word acorn, you're like, I don't know what an acorn is, but this seems to be a common thing. I wonder if I'll ever see one in life. Maybe. Keep looking. You might find an acorn one day. But yeah, those trees drop lots of egg corns. Did you know that eggs, initially, they're grown on a cob, and then they're picked? You know, all the eggs, it's weird that they don't just sell them on the cob, right? All the eggs, can you imagine if all corn was sold in just packs of like 12? You just get 12 little individual grains of corn? Inefficient. Really, can't believe they don't just sell egg on the cob. They really need to. That's it for the last month of Bone Apple Tea. Make sure to like if you like. Check out the playlist if you want to catch more of this. Subscribe to the channel. If you're not already, hit the bell. Even if you are, if you want to watch the last Bone Apple Tea, it's here, and you can listen to Marin Music, the latest track here, which is pretty swick. Cool. See you there.